a marked down steak, and a little pot. They can only mean one thing. It's about Italian beef time. This is low carb cooking with Chef Jeff, and I'm fixing to make some Italian beef. All right, I just took that beautiful steak and ripped it into little 3 pieces and stuck it in this pot with a little olive oil. And I'm going to put the lid on it and cook it real slow for a long, long time until it's falling apart. All right, so I got my steak simmering here. You see, I cut it up a little bit. I got my handy dandy kitchen scissors out of the washing machine, dishwasher. I keep saying washing machine, but it's making a lot of grease, a lot of juice, a lot of water. I'm not going to use that for my au juice though, because that is pure lard right there, and that's one of the things as a middle-aged man, you don't want to eat pure fat if you can avoid it. So there's going to be some fat in the meat, but the grease that cooks off gets thrown away. But we're going to let this simmer for a while. We want it to be falling apart, and I think you're going to like what this becomes. You're going to be shocked that I could turn a $5 steak into something so amazing. All right, so my little $5 steak has been simmering in this pot in its own juices for about an hour and a half. It's pretty loose. It's not quite falling apart loose, but it's loose enough. I've got to go do a work thing, so I'm gonna drain it and put it in the fridge and then complete the final steps when I get back. All right, just got back from work, resuming cooking the Italian beef, watching the Lady Vols get beat by South Carolina. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up with my scissors. As you can see, I like to use these kitchen scissors and cut it up into little tiny chunks. And meanwhile, I put a little olive oil in there and let it start getting warm and get it into little pieces, and I'll show you what really makes Italian beef Italian beef. Okay, so we're getting ready to add a few of the ingredients here. Got generic garlic powder, not garlic salt, mind you, garlic powder. And we're not stingy with the garlic powder. We like the garlic powder. Number 2, I should have had it down. I already put a little olive oil in there because we don't want it to dry out. But I got some Italian seasoning. Don't want to be stingy with the Italian seasoning. And I'm, of course, not measuring any of this stuff. I just do what feels right. And she turned the washing machine on while I'm videoing. Okay. Salt. And a little pepper. Now this is the secret ingredient right here. You know, I drained out the grease, so I don't want it to be dry. So I use this, and this makes the juice. This makes the au juice. So I just use the whole thing. I know it seems like a lot, but it's going to cook down to almost nothing, and it's going to make the juices. And you're going to see what it turns out to be. All right, now I have been to some of the best Italian beef restaurants in the world. I grew up near Chicago and Milwaukee, the epicenter of Italian beef. But you will never find Italian beef better than this. You might find its equal, but you'll never find it better. And I did this with a $5 steak, a $2 bag of frozen green peppers and onions, a little pepper, a little salt, and a little Italian seasoning, and of course my secret weapon, garlic powder, not garlic salt. So let me show you what this looks like. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Okay, look at that. Now we're going breadless, so we'll probably eat this out of a bowl and put a little cheese on it. I know some people go cheeseless, and check out the juice. The juices is from the green peppers and onions because I got rid of the meat juice. There's a little meat juice in there, but not much. Mostly from the green peppers and onions. So this is my low carb cooking, not carb free. Low carb cooking, Italian beef made easy. A $5 steak, $2 worth of green peppers and onions, some seasoning, and an awesome meal that you could not improve upon at the best Italian beef deli sandwich in Chicago. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Shredded Colby Jack. You got to get it down there while it's hot and steaming. So hang on. Now that's the final version here. This is headed straight to the eating place. The eating place. So we got a little bit of Colby Jack cheese, finely shredded, on the steaming hot Italian beef au juice, and it's time to bon appetit. So until we meet again, this is Chef Jeff with Low Carb Cooking.